Hey, welcome to Planet Mark, and today the day has finally arrived. We're finally going on holiday again. Not to any Disney World park or anywhere like that. It's to the Tui Magic Life Hotel in Fuerteventura, Jandis, so I'm probably Jandis. I'm probably ruining the Spanish language, so I do apologise. So this is basically just a travel day. We're at the Clayton Hotel at the moment. I'm not going to show you around the room because we stayed all night. If you want a proper check, go check out our other video. I'll put it in the card thing at the wherever it appears now. But yeah, so it basically, this is going to be the weirdest travel day we've ever had, and it's been the most, by far, the most stressful we've ever had as well. Well, coming up to it. But I mean, bearing in mind, our last one was when we flown Flybe, which is the now collapsed airline, which collapsed as we were about to board or fly or whatever, and that whole ordeal was just so much stress. This was even worse because that was one night. This was about 3 days with the PCR tests, and I'll be talking through everything you need to know about the PCR tests and going away and all things like that and what it really means to you and things that you probably don't even know to definitely watch this, especially if you're going to have to go somewhere, which you most likely will have to at the moment with PCR, all the COVID restrictions and everything like that. It's just going to be the weirdest travel day. I don't really know how it's going to go, what's going to happen, or really whether wearing a mask for 5 hours on the plane, because that's how long the flight is going to be as bad as we're expecting, but we'll let you know. Okay, so we're flying from Manchester Airport, and really, like, I thought it would be like a lot different. The only real difference is like we'll have a walk around and show you everything. It's really dead quiet, loads of planes to shut, and the biggest tragedy to come from today. I'll show you that in a bit. But basically, let's talk about the PCR tests. Right, basically, you got to take the tests, like get the tests, take the tests within, well, from Spain it's 72 hours, then send it back, and hopefully get back to you within 24 hours is what they say. But we had issues because they say, TUI claim on their website, guaranteed next day delivery if you order before 2 o'clock. We ordered on the Monday night, so we're expecting to get it on the Wednesday, but it didn't come till late on Thursday, so we had to change our plans. We had to change our plans, like, so, well, I want it, like, well, it's not gonna, we're not gonna be able to send it back in time for them to get it, and this sounds like it's like 24 hours turnaround. So that's why we've had to move it to, like, we had to move our flight to the Wednesday, and we received it like late Thursday PCR tests, which have to come from Northern Ireland as well. So just bear that in mind. Even if you're just thinking about having a holiday right now, order your PCR tests well in advance. Don't just think when they say guaranteed next day delivery. It's in no way guaranteed, especially through COVID. They're like, oh, it's like, well, 1 to 2 business day. There's UPS delivering it, and they're like, well, we no longer have the guaranteed next day delivery at all, so it could come whenever. Yeah, so that's completely ridiculous. Oh, yeah. So I think they said, like, it's guaranteed next day delivery for us to be dispatching, so it should be guaranteed next day to be dispatched. And currently in Spain, everyone, even our 1-year-old, has to have a COVID test. And trust me, trying to get her, like, holding her head and arms and tongue still, was trying to do it. It was a nightmare. It was like torturing, but it was really bad. But anyway, so and then there's the whole stress of once if it comes back negative, it was like every little thing, every little cough I had, like, such paranoia. And it was stupid. I've never felt like this once during the whole 9 months of lockdown. But it was just complete, well, what the hell am I supposed to do? And I didn't get it literally till about 11 o'clock last night. PCR tests. Well, my PCR test, like Laura's and baby's came through like fine at about 7, 8 o'clock. Mine, for some reason, they were exactly the same time as well. Exactly the same time, exactly the same, like pretty much exactly the same time received by the lab. But it was just terrible. That was just so stressful. So, in terms of like COVID things, like, apart from people wearing masks, I mean, you won't be wondering why I'm not wearing a mask at the moment. We're sitting down and there's no one around anyway. Again, it's a bit confusing. We're also confused because we're in a tier 3 area, whether we'd actually even be able to leave our tier 3 area. No one was really able to give us. I'm still not really sure at the moment if we can, but that's what you get when you put in, like, confusing things. People saying different things, like giving contradicting rules, and and this is a tier 3 area. Yet we stayed at a hotel last night because airport hotels, as long as you're in transit, like you can still go in. If you're wondering how we're able to stay in a hotel in a tier 3 area, again, very confusing rules. So yes, but anyway, so and the passenger locator forms, that is, I can understand Tui's stress with this because everything's changing and people are asking questions and no one's giving guidance. But we said, like, we have to fill this passenger locator form. Well, you need the negative test first. Okay, well, we've got that. Well, we need to fill it in. They say 48 hours before. If you don't have your seating number, you can't do that. So how are you supposed to fill it in? And then we got to the check-in, they said, have you filled it in? So, well, no, because you've not given us the seating number. The snooty woman at, like, the TUI desk, calling you out, said, well, you got to fill it in before you get in next time. What? Before, when we also don't have a seat numbers. And it's not like I called up many times, they got given another number passed around. Again, I can kind of empathise in the fact that they've just been told different things. It seems every person you speak to says a completely different thing. People on the phone line says you can fill it on the plane. People here at the desk got more inclined to believe said no, you can't. And you have to fill it in before you get to the plane. But anyway, so and I'll show you all of the places that are actually open. It's very little, and it's really, really quiet around here, Manchester. Okay, so let's have a look what stuff is open. Yeah, I mean, like Boots, Pratt, Smiths. We didn't have, but Smiths, they were saying Smiths was going under. But anyway, it's still open here.
How can Smiths go under?
Under?
Smiths goes under. Like, single-handedly, they have to monopoly.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, how would anyone get their magazines if Smiths goes under? So the food court is closed. Burger King, my one love. Next to my wife and child is closed. I got, yeah, of course, because that's an essential shop. Dixon's apparently. This essential shop, does that, because we're in tier 3, like, is that even? Actually, no, they're not doing that anymore. This is what I mean. Look, I have no idea what the rules are anymore or anything.
Shops are like
yeah. See.
Victoria's Secret are open, and Tommy Hilfiger.
Let's go in.
And Jack and Jones and duty free.
Yeah, so yeah, we always love having a look at the duty free.
It's very expensive and not very cheap at all.
No, it always sounds better than it is. But yeah, if it just look, no one, just barely anyone here at all. Like I said, this is like the weirdest I've ever been in like an airport, and I've been at some crazy times, like really bad times. I don't really want to shout up too loudly, but you've watched my other videos about other like bad things happen to airports and like airplanes and that. So yeah, I mean, like last time I learnt statistically the most likely time you will die on a plane is on your birthday. When we came back from France, remember we had that Flybe collapse on us on the way out. That was now our second worst flight experience. This has now definitely topped it off with what I said before about the PCR tests and having all of that stress. Yeah, so all I'm going to say is if you want a holiday, make sure you definitely want the stress to go with it. If you can't handle the stress, I mean, looking back now, it's only because I'm mental, I'd still probably go for a bit, but it's just I don't know. Now let's do what everyone does at duty free and let's put some aftershave on for free and not buy any of it. Just mean there's no free samples, so there's definitely no point even coming to the airport anymore if you can't put on some free aftershave or perfume with the intention of not buying it, just to smell good on a smelly plane filled with condensed farts. Why am I talking? I feel like I'm speaking like quieter because it's quieter. It's quieter, whereas normally I'll be a lot louder than this. So it is, and it's weird because it's not like anyone's going to tell me to shush. If they did, if I was talking too loud, which I don't see why. But anyway, yeah. So really, really dead. It's like, stop saying dead. Yeah, so that, it'll be interesting to see if that airplane is like completely packed full, or not, or how they'd implement like social distancing and things. Oh yeah, but we managed to, I'm not sure if I said before, but we managed to get the login, like the get the PCR tests sorted. Like the link's just on like the TUI website, or download the First Choice app, it's all on there. So to go through there, like, and then oh god, they're like, well, they print off some paper copies for us, and then they're like, if you, I was like, do you have a pen? I'm pretty sure I had one. I just asked, do you have a pen so I can just write? And they're like, no, if you want a pen you have to buy one, go buy a pen. I was like, it's a damn pen. I'll even sanitize my hands afterwards and sanitize the damn pen. If that's what you're worried about, you really that caught up on pens? No one even uses a pen anymore. So we got Wi-Fi and just did it online, which is so much easier.
Face coverings whilst using our airport. Face coverings are available.
Just realised that I'm walking around without a face mask on. I'm going to sort that out now.
Okay, so basically we're here at the hotel now. It is the next day because it was such a long, look at that view. Look, just trying to get a good shot of Laura. Like, it's such a nice view. And like basically what happened is I've gotten there on the plane, a bit annoying, but I kind of broke my mask, so they said like, well, you know, someone else you got on, you have to pay for a new one. I was like, well, she's like one of the other itchy ones we have. A bit annoying. It's like, you know, TUI just trying to charge us for everything, but anyway, so moving on. Yes, fake, at least I've got one something thing. So yeah, so then the flight was actually really nice. It was only 4 hours. Like we actually got there quicker than words, and there's a bit of issue like trying to find a suitcase, about, you know, that kind of worry. Has somebody stolen it? But no one did. An hour and 10 minutes from the transfer on the bus, and then this is the bad part. It was an hour once we got to the hotel to check in, because there was such a massive line. And then basically what happened, like, they weren't telling people this, but you need to email your negative tests to the office, or to the reception, or have it printed off. They would have just told, even just in the line, so they would have done it. That would have saved so much time, at least half an hour, I reckon. Yeah, but, and then we had to go for something to eat, and like, there wasn't a lot at the time. It's a bit disappointing, but we were just about 10 minutes to midnight, and we were going to close like kind of like after hours buffet bit. But anyway, so that's a travel day. It's really nice. I'm going to show you like a room tour, and like this again because I love it. Like, you know, going around the whole of the hotel, all the pools, everyone's explored it. But like the breakfast this morning, well, that was really good. More in the next video. Like, so definitely subscribe, hit that like button, share it around, or Twitter at PlanetMarkVlog, or Facebook.com/PlanetMarkVlog, Disney Instagram, because we'll try to probably most likely put some of this stuff up at Disney.Dreamer_UK. From here, from the TUI Magic Life Hotel, Fuerteventura. See you in the next one, guys. Bye, 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 bye.